Good morning and welcome to today's practice. This morning we are going to be working through a flow. You might want a couple of blocks, maybe a cushion to get started on. We'll be working through some side stretches to wake up the body and get that good energy just flowing. Let's get started. So if you start in a comfortable position, whatever that means for you, maybe you want to be on a cushion this morning. It can be a little bit stiffer first thing, and it's nice to bring that comfort. Or you can be on your mat, on your floor. You can kind of do this whatever. So if you take a seat, we'll start on bringing the hands to the body wherever you feel like you need it today. Could be the legs, maybe the hips, could be the stomach, the heart. Just feel like where you're drawn to today. Closing down the eyes, softening them. Releasing that jaw, feeling the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. And starting with a few deep breaths in through the nose to the count of 4, and then we'll go back out through the nose to the count of 6. So inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do a few more rounds at your own pace. Feeling your lungs starting to wake up. Maybe the belly's rising and falling. Bringing your attention inward. And just noticing how you're feeling this morning. It can be hard to get ourselves up at the moment with the dark mornings. So I just want to thank you for joining me today. And thank yourself for giving yourself this time this morning. Just for you. And maybe this is where you might want to set an intention for today's practice. Or maybe when you're ready, bring the palms of the hands together and rub them to create some heat within the hands. Placing the hands over the eyes and gently fluttering the eyes open. And just feeling that warmth from the palm of your hands and letting it soothe your eyes this morning. peeling the hands away from the face, maybe removing the cushion that's beneath you, put it to one side, or you can stay up on your cushion. As we inhale, we're going to put our right hand down to the side, bringing the left arm up and over, and exhaling over to the right side, feeling that stretch the whole right side of the upper body. Really drawing those fingertips over, making sure to keep the chest nice and open. Inhaling back to center and exhaling back over to the other side. Reaching over to the left with the right arm. Making sure you're keeping that right sit bone grounded beneath you. Back to center and back to the other side. Over to the right. Reaching with those fingertips, drawing the left sit bone down. Maybe this time you can just go a little bit lower. Really feeling into those sticky areas of the back. Inhaling up and back over to the other side. Maybe this side you can go a little bit deeper. Inhale up and back to center. We're going to come onto all fours. Hands below shoulders, knees below hips. And just give the hips and the back and the spine a little bit of a wake up. So we're going to dip the belly, the chest, reach the head up into our cow. And then rolling the spine, arching the back, following the head. The head goes under between the arms into our angry cat. Feeling that space between the shoulder blades this morning, pressing the hands into the mat. Inhaling back to dip the spine, bring the head up, and exhaling to round. The head goes through the hands press into the mat. Maybe you want a few wiggles here, wiggle the spine, maybe roll the hips. Just do a couple of movements that you feel like you need today. Moving with the breath. Before widening the knees, keeping the ankles together and sitting back to our child's pose. The arms go long, the hands reach out in front of you. Bringing the forehead to the mat. And just allowing yourself to arrive into this space this morning. Maybe your heart rate's already starting to increase. Your body temperature's starting to rise. Just focusing that here is all you need to be. We're taking this time to forget about what's coming after. Maybe what's happened before this morning. And just notice how we're feeling at the start of this practice. On your next inhale, slowly peel yourself up off the mat. Tucking the toes and meeting me in a downward facing dog. Keeping the knees bent, the spine nice and straight, hands nicely spread. Reaching that tailbone to the sky. Maybe you want to do a few walking the dog here, bending each knee. This might be your first bit of movement this morning. I mean, it probably is. So you might just want to stretch into the back of the legs, Just feeling where those sticky spots are. I'm just giving them some space. On your next inhale, roll forwards into a high plank. Hands are under shoulders, heels are pressing back, nice and strong. Exhale all the way down to the mat. Hands under shoulders. Inhale up into our cobra. Exhale, meet me in a downward facing dog. Hands spread wide. Tailbone to the sky. Trying to keep your spine nice and long. Working with the breath here. As we hold for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Tucking the right knee to the nose, coming forward and placing the right foot down between your hands. Making sure your feet are nice and grounded and stable beneath you. Coming up into your high lunge, raising your hands to the sky, spreading the fingertips, pushing back with that left heel and sinking into the hips. Focusing on your breath going in the nose and out the nose as you're creating this energy. Imagine your hands are like the rising sun. You're beaming light. On your next inhale, we straighten the front leg and turn the back foot to the back of the mat. Keeping it in line. Straightening the arms out as if we were going to warrior 2. Securing the hips. Tilting into our triangle pose. Trikonasana. Maybe if you've got a block or a book, you could bring it into the inside of your right foot. There's no need to go too deep into this pose. You want to try and keep the chest open. The left arm is nice and engaged, fingertips wide, radiating that energy that you're creating. Feeling that stretch on the inside of the right leg and maybe the lower back. On your next inhale, re-bend that front knee, bringing the forearm onto the leg and bringing your left arm up and over into our side angle bend. Pushing out with the outside of the left foot. Feeling that stretch now through the whole side of the body. Really allowing yourself to wake up and make space for yourself. As we inhale, we keep the arms up, flowing back into our reverse warrior. Keeping the front leg bent. Before exhaling back down and meeting me in a downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling. On your next inhale through your nose, take a big breath in and let it out through the mouth. One more time, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let go of any of those thoughts that are starting to drift. As we inhale, we bring the left foot forwards, bringing the foot between the hands, coming up into our high lunge on our left side, sinking the hips, keeping the fingertips nice and wide, being that rising sun this morning. Being strong in the legs. Take a big inhale as we flip that back foot, straighten the front leg, secure the hips, and bring our arms down into that triangle pose. Maybe reaching for that book or block as we twist open. Keeping that top arm engaged, maybe looking up if your balance feels okay this morning, or looking down to help ground you, or if it feels okay on the neck, looking up to the sky. Trying not to sink into that front arm, keeping this body open. Your next inhale, bending that front knee, bringing the front arm onto the thigh and bringing the right arm overhead into that side stretch. Pushing with the outside of the right foot towards the back of the mat. Feeling that stretch again down the other side of the body. And inhaling back up into our reverse warrior. Keeping the front leg bent, the left arm comes back, maybe the right arm comes down the leg to support yourself. Or you could take a bind if that feels comfortable to you. Inhaling back up, bringing the arms back down to the mat. Meeting me and back in a downward facing dog. Inhaling as we roll out to plank, the heels press back, arms under shoulders. And exhaling all the way down to the mat. The arms beneath your head. Just rocking your hips from side to side. Bringing the hands back beneath your shoulders. Pressing yourself up to your cobra pose. Pressing the feet into the mat. The elbows tucked into the body. Come back down. Before pushing yourself and meeting me back in child's pose. Letting the breath settle here. Inhaling back up. And we're going to come into a seated forward fold. So coming onto your seat, bringing the legs out in front of you. Engaging the legs, so bringing the toes back towards you. A nice long spine. Inhaling the arms up. Before exhaling, reaching in front of you. We want to try and keep our spine nice and long here. Inhaling up and exhaling down as maybe you just reach that little bit further. Making sure the feet stay engaged. Holding here for a few more breaths. Maybe coming up slightly to come that little bit more before we completely let go on our next exhale. As you exhale through the mouth, folding forwards, letting the head go, the neck go, the arms. Feeling that stretch through the upper back, maybe the lower back, the hamstrings, the calves and the feet. Staying here for 2 more breaths. We inhale all the way back up, arms to the sky, hands nice and wide. Before we come down to our final pose, our Shavasana, roaming down onto the mat, onto our backs, placing the hands either onto the body, the stomach and the chest, lengthening the legs, letting the feet roll out to the sides. And just noticing again how you're feeling this morning. Are there any changes since you started the practice this morning? It's okay if there is, it's okay if there's not. But just thank yourself for giving yourself this bit of time this morning. Feel yourself now melting into the ground beneath you, fully supported by the earth. And the energy that you've just created is radiating through your body. Maybe you're picturing it as a color, a light, or it's a sensation that you can take with you today when you need it. Just letting your breath settle back in. Your heart rate beginning to soften again. Relaxing the jaw, the forehead, the space between your eyes. shoulders, hands, hips, legs, glutes, and feet. On your next inhale, maybe invite a little bit of movement back to the body. Wiggling the fingers, the toes, maybe circling the wrists, the ankles. Take a big inhale and reach the arms long. A nice good morning stretch. And then exhale. Let the arms fall behind you. Just feel that openness. And when you're ready, rolling either onto your right side to keep the heart open and coming into a seated position, keeping the eyes softened or closed. The cycle of routines can dull our fire, but each sunrise promises a well of new potential. Remember that your future depends on what you do today. You have a choice to take the steps to make life better in every way. Choose to make this a good day, and choose to make it count. Keeping the spine long, bringing the hands back together in front of you, rubbing them together to create that heat that we made at the beginning of practice. Placing them over the eyes and absorbing that heat that you've created. Like a hug for the eyes. Opening them gently. Bringing the hands in front of the chest. And just noticing how you feel. Have a good day. Thank you.